In the whimsical land of Gigglenook, there was a wizard's apprentice named Eustace, who had all the grace of an octopus on roller skates. Eustace was tasked with the solemn duty of concocting a potion of levity to lift the spirits of all who were glum. However, his skills were, to put it mildly, as haphazard as a chameleon in a bag of Skittles. One twilight-tinted evening, as the stars began to giggle in the sky, Eustace set about his work, clumsily knocking over a bottle of chuckleberry juice and a vial of Snickerstock essence into his cauldron. He stirred the pot with a wand that had seen better days, a wand he'd accidentally snapped in two during a previous magical mishap and mended with a piece of chewing gum. As the potion bubbled with the soothing sound of a snoring pixie, Eustace decided to add a wild card, a few whispers of wind from the funniest comedian gargoyle in Gigglenook. This, he thought, would surely infuse the elixir with thigh-slapping goodness. But as he poured, he tripped over his own feet, causing the entire content of the whisper flask to cascade into the cauldron, which then erupted in a sparkling explosion of laughter. The concoction, now alive with its own comedic spirit, had morphed into a literal punchline. Each sip from the potion didn't just make you laugh, it told jokes with every gulp. A merry blend of satire and slapstick with a twist of puns. Eustace, fearing he'd be turned into a toadstool for his blunder, filled a flask with the potion and ventured out to test his fizzy farce. He hadn't made it past the garden when he stumbled upon Gurg the ogre, usually as jolly as a thunderstorm. Deciding this was as good a test as any, Eustace approached the ogre and offered him a drink. "It's the new water of whim," he said, quivering like a jelly in an earthquake. Gurg guzzled the potion, and within moments his frown turned upside down. To Eustace's shock, the ogre began snickering, then chortling, and soon he was doubled over, guffawing with glee as the potion tickled his insides, telling him jokes only he could hear. "Did you hear about the goblin who broke his leg? He now has a hobbling goblin problem." Gurg roared with laughter, slapping his knee. Astonished, Eustace watched as Gurg, the once surly ogre, danced and chuckled, his laughter contagious, spreading through the forest like wildfire. Creatures peeked from their burrows and birds paused mid-melody, all chuckling with bemused delight. Tales of the merry ogre and his laughing spree spread across the land like butter on toast. Soon everyone wanted a sip of Eustace's accidental miracle. From then on, Eustace's reputation took a turn for the better. He was no longer known as the calamitous apprentice, but as Eustace the Entertainer, the creator of the legendary punchline potion that had the whole of Gigglenook in stitches. And as for Gurg, he became the cheeriest ogre in the realm, hosting stand-up nights in his cave and always reminding his rapt audience, life is ogre-whelmingly better when you're laughing.